Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode one of the Hydra Studios podcast. This podcast will typically and normally be based around TTRPG kind of stuff. Like the next one we have planned is a TTRPG horror stories with me and Ashton, but it doesn't always have to be. This episode is Am I the Asshole? And we are specifically focusing on Reddit Am I the Asshole relationship posts. So I searched up boyfriend and girlfriend and wife and husband, and I only skimmed the titles and read a little bit just to make sure it was interesting and not awful. And then I put them in a list that we're gonna read. Today I have with me my beautiful fiance, Leah. This is her first Hydra Studios video. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Ready to see if people are the asshole or not.
That's good. Now we don't have to abide by this, but what they do on Am I the Asshole is it's either you're the asshole, not the asshole, or everybody sucks here. Meaning both parties are not acting in good faith or anything like that. Okay. So, what is the first story for today?
See that one.
This is Am I the asshole for letting him eat what he cooked?
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else.
No. Okay. Me, 35 female, and my spouse, 38 male, are the parents of a 5-year-old neurodivergent kid. My husband refuses to educate himself on that topic. At the same time, he has recently admitted how much he hates my tendencies to micromanage everything. I can understand that, though I am only one constantly assessing. I am the only one constantly assessing and anticipating our daughter's mental state in order to be able to regulate her nervous system and prevent avoidable meltdowns. Yet, in order to save our relationship, I am learning to keep my mouth shut. That's already a sad sentence.
Red flag.
Today, our daughter returned home really overstimulated. I let her draw and played some calm music to let her unwind. Later, my husband decided to play a video game, but our daughter wanted his attention. Therefore, he chose to show her the game. The game has a lot of visuals and flashing effects. I really thought it was going to be like so. He pulled up Call of Duty, um, and as always, he turned the volume up. They were doing so for approximately an hour while I was tidying our daughter's bedroom. When he decided to quit the game, our 5-year-old started being really dysregulated and difficult, having a hard time. And he could not get her to bath. That's when he came to me to take over, and I decided to say, no. Am I the asshole for keeping him responsible for his choices? Is it malicious to let him deal with the consequences when he perceives my recommendations as nagging? Okay, so I thought this was eating based on the title. It seems that's a phrase, letting him eat what he cooked. So what are your opinions on that?
I think low key, both of them kind of suck.
Oh.
He should have educated himself a little more on that whole situation, but we also don't know his side of the story in this. He sounds kind of bad,
Yeah.
but she could also have not been so great in helping him learn how to deal with that.
That is what's difficult about reading these is you really don't know the whole story. So what I try to do is just go off of what we have, even if it seems like it's not the case. So based on what we have, it seems like he's not great. Um, yeah, that's rough because she put in effort to calm her down, and it seems like the husband, and that's good. Have your kids be interested in what you're interested in and show them that. But I don't know. I feel like it could have been like she didn't say it had gunshots or anything. She just said it had a lot of visuals and flashing effects, which is a video game.
I was gonna say
That could have
it's
been
most video
Tetris or
games.
Mario.
Literally all of Tetris.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
And she's putting in information like all flashing effects or whatever, but also she just put on a cool video game and she was interested in the video game and then got sad when it went away. I don't think the type of video game would have been really bad. I don't know. It seems like she's working by herself a lot on this. She said, I've learned to keep my mouth shut, which is sketchy, sad. But it seems like they need to work together, period. Um, Top comment is not the asshole. Our therapist is adamant that I stop stepping in while my husband is parenting. I do it for exactly the same reasons you do. Husband is not educating himself, and the results can be escalating dysregulation from both parties. He, my husband, and yours need to learn to adjust his parenting style to the kid's needs and not expect a perfectly behaved adult in a neurodivergent child's body. Mm-hmm. I was hoping this story was about food, is the next comment.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Not the asshole. Your daughter's behavior is a direct result of your husband's choice to play that video game that loudly for that long with her. You could have called it ahead of time, except that he says you micromanage him when you point out future consequences. I'd have a conversation with him later when everyone is calm and make the following points. When I see you starting down a path that will result in Jane being overstimulated, do you want me to stop you or say something? If you do, I need to know what counts as micromanaging. That's good. Communication is never going to be a bad thing.
It's just communication.
Especially in a relationship, but also in a marriage where you're raising a neurodivergent child. That is not going to be a bad thing ever at all. Yeah, okay.
So the overall consensus.
I would say I don't think it's everyone sucks here. I think everyone needs to work better here. If I hand it to you, can you locate the next story?
No.
Okay. Well,
I don't know what's.
I was close it and then open up the text message I sent you. So if we were going to do this on mine, but it's currently being used, so I texted her all the links. I would do it. I just cannot navigate an iPhone because there's no buttons, there's swipes. So, thank you very much. Now, I think, well, there's also the thing of different parenting styles. Not that one parent style is better than the other, but they need to work better in making their styles similar to each other. Because it seems like she got the kid down, and then the kid was really excited about the video game. That's not a bad thing. Yeah. So I would say he probably more than her, but both of them need to just mesh together as one cohesive unit better. I don't think anyone sucks here. The husband sucks a little bit.
I was gonna say a little bit.
I'd say if I had to pick one, it's probably you're not the asshole. Is what I would pick if I had to pick one.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole for walking out of the airport when I saw my husband's mom standing there with her luggage?
I want to see the rest of this first before I assume anything.
I presume she was told she could not stay with them, and she has a ton of luggage.
Last time you presumed that was wrong, though.
That is correct. Well, last time it was very misrepresented. Okay, let's read it.
Communication.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
No. I, 30-year-old female, don't have the best relationship with my husband's mom. Since day one, she tried to make remarks and compare me to her. Oh, compare me to her. And then there's like 3 question marks. I thought it was obscuring whoever she was comparing. Compare me to her. That's gross. Don't compare your partners.
I concur.
Don't compare your child's partners to yourself. She then tried to get on my good side and started overly praising everything I do and sometimes even copying me. Like one time when she literally dyed her hair purple just like mine, and when everyone pointed out how ridiculous she looked, she blamed me and accused me of trying to make a joke out of her. That's not that's a unique color, purple. It's not like, oh, we both went blonde. We both went purple.
Yeah, that's a little suspect.
Okay. So anyways, my husband and I took 2 weeks off of work to go visit some places out of the country. Tourism, in other words. Thing is, I was the one who saved up for and arranged for the trip. My husband was responsible for booking the tickets. My husband's mom wanted to come along and threw temper tantrums when I said no. She called, texted, sent people to talk to me into letting her come, even threatened to call the police and make some complaint up to get us to stay if she can't come. What is your husband doing to stop this?
Yeah, that was kind of my next question.
Yeah. My husband said we should just take her. But I told him he was wrong to tell her about the trip in the first place. He gave me an ultimatum.
Uh-oh.
Said he wouldn't go if she can't come. And I told him I'd gladly call his bluff, which made him take his words back and say, fine. I would tell her to stop because we won't take her.
Yeah, as you should.
This guy has no backbone. Things got quieter, suspiciously quieter. The day of the trip came and we got to the airport at 2 p.m. My husband was walking ahead of me and was looking left and right like he was looking for someone. I asked him, but he did not respond. He led me to the waiting area, and first thing I saw was his mom standing there with her luggage. I froze, and I felt a cold wave washing over me, and I was fuming inside. She and my husband were hugging, and that's when I quietly turned around and started walking towards the exit. I like this woman.
Me. That's me.
She's cool.
Already not the asshole.
Yeah. My husband followed me while shouting at me to stop. He tried to stop me, but I told him off the harshest way possible. He tried to say I was overreacting, so that means he used his wife's money to buy another ticket as well without her knowledge. Tickets ain't cheap.
And for someone
Oh my
he knew she
god.
didn't like already.
Um, he said that his mom was there anyway, and I should let it go and not mess the trip up for us. I told him he and his mom could still go and that I was going home. It's not even like it's a trip. This is a romantic getaway. 2 weeks going across the world. So it's not even like, oh, we're on a road trip. You want to invite your mother to a a romantic with you and your partner. That is disgusting. I went home and sobbed into my dog's fur for several minutes. Turns out he booked her a ticket without me knowing. An hour later, he came home yelling and raging about how pathetic and spiteful I was to walk out and go home and ruin the trip last minute. I told him he caused. I told him he caused this to happen. He said that I was being so hard on his mom, it's ridiculous. I refused to fight anymore, but he kept on berating me and then called my family to tell them the trip was canceled and that it was because of me. Why does your family care
What is
about
this
that?
family dynamic
Yeah.
on this side? That's what
She
I
needs to
wanna
get
know.
out of there. My family said I shouldn't have ruined it for myself and I should have sucked it up and done my best to enjoy. Did I overreact? You gotta kill these people, bro. You gotta kill your husband and his mom. That's awful. It's something she glossed over, probably because she's a confident woman, but she's paying for all of this. She's paying for all of this.
I think the reaction overall was a little dramatic, but
I don't
deserved.
know.
But deserved. Like that's
I don't think she was dramatic at all. She, if anything, that was mature, not to yell at them, but just be like, "Okay, I'm going home immediately." I don't know.
I think
You gotta. That's grounds for a divorce.
on
I don't think that's ridiculous.
no, I think that's not ridiculous. Yeah, I think it's just
What? Yeah,
I think
that's.
aggravation as a whole could have still been handled better, even though the wife was doing well. Like it,
Yo, yeah,
doing
she's
okay,
doing better
but
than
she
I
could
would
have.
have. Sure.
I know.
Okay.
I think husband is a man child
Yeah.
who wants to date his mother is one of those people.
That too. I didn't want to pull that card. But
I will pull it out.
great. He's inviting her on a romantic getaway. Even if that wasn't the plan, that is what it is. So, yeah. Yeah.
So her once again, not the asshole.
Yeah. I don't want to call the divorce card, but divorce is the top comment.
Yeah. Yep.
Because whenever you see a story like this, in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, how is this going to get worse as the marriage continues? So that's why divorce now. Because what else is he going to do? Is he going to fucking, I don't know.
Invite them in the room next time they have kids?
Well, yeah, is he going to let his mother raise their kids and let them be raised how she wants them? Is he going to fight with, yeah, definitely not. He didn't even, like, even if you're obsessed with your mom, gross. He tried to convince her, failed to convince her, then secretly had her show up. That's almost worse than if the mom just showed up on her own and the husband like didn't care about it.
Yeah.
You told your boundaries and you said no. He crossed it. Your husband told you he would tell her no. He lied to you. He tried to pin you in a corner by not saying anything and bringing her anyways and got upset. That's another thing too. That's almost abusive. Like waiting for the mom to show up and then being like, well, she's already here. So like put all your emotions down and just accept it. I don't know about abusive, but that's, you're trying to trap her. Manipulative, definitely. You're trying to trap her and force her to have a reaction.
And is gonna look like the asshole if she throws a fit.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not a good man. He got to go. Not the asshole. Yeah. Not the asshole. He gave you an ultimatum. No loving partner would ever put you in an ultimatum. Unless, like, that's true, but unless it's like awful things are happening. But no. He's a mummy's boy, and she's manipulative and toxic. You have every right to enjoy a holiday with your husband without them behaving like children. You did the right thing. The next thing to do is leave. He doesn't respect you. Yeah.
So, consensus?
She replied, I didn't know he'd take it this far when he gave me the ultimatum. That shook me, and I'm not going to lie, from that moment he gave me that ultimatum, I wanted to cancel. Someone said, cancel your marriage. It's a sham. He's already with another woman, his mother.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
definitely
really
not the
care.
asshole. That one's much more clear cut than the last one.
Oh
Don't
yes.
lie to your partner. Don't do things behind their back. Don't try to manipulate them. Can you very please, beautiful wife? Okay. Back arrow. Open up the text. Select. Okay, cool,
You
cool,
still
cool, cool.
fine.
Okay. The third highest. Am I the asshole for asking my brother not to bring his boyfriend to my wedding?
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. That.
It opens. I'm homophobic. Is the first line. I don't like gay people, so
He's not homophobic.
no. I'm reading. I'm not reading. There's nothing there that says that. I came up with that, but okay. Let's read. Okay. This is the worst. I'm losing sleep over this. I'm getting married in a week to an awesome woman. Oh, well, we don't know if this is a man or a woman. But I was like, what if she's gay? And then it's definitely not homophobic. I'm getting married in a week to an awesome woman, and I cannot wait to be her husband. So this is a gentleman
Ooh,
talking.
okay, I like this perspective.
We are so excited. My brother is gay, but my family doesn't know. Only me and my parents
Ooh.
know. I come from a very old school traditional family, so the old part of the family, grandparents, aunts, uncles, still have last century's mind, which is an interesting way to say that they're hateful and awful, but okay. The younger portion, cousins, siblings, are open minded and are all living in the present. My brother has been dating his boyfriend for 6 months now. The dude is great. I'm so happy my brother found a great guy, but it's kind of a secret as he hasn't told my family he is gay. He hasn't told the older generation. I'm sure a lot of the people that actually matter and care about him know.
Yeah.
I've been telling him for years that he should come out because I know it stresses him a lot.
If only it were that.
Yeah, I don't know if your perspective is required here, brother. Um, I think it will make him feel better not to hide anymore. Plus, I bet a few family members already know anyway. He disagrees because he knows a part of the family won't accept it and will be a lot of drama. I see the opposite. I see it as sooner you know who the idiots are, the sooner we can cut them from our lives. You know what? If you're willing to support your brother in that action and not just be like, you cut them out and everyone else will pretend, I don't know.
I think both perspectives on that one are
Yeah.
valid.
That's
'Cause,
rough. That's a rough
yeah, that's
situation.
what I'm saying. They're both valid, but the soon-to-be husband, whatever, his opinion doesn't matter nearly as much, but it's
Yeah.
still a valid
We
one.
also don't have any idea how old these people are. I don't think they are, but what if they're 18 to 22 range and they're still living with their parents?
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't sound like it, but that is something people don't take into account is that personal safety is a big deal when coming out. Um, yeah. I have no interest in having someone in my life that doesn't accept my brother being gay. So, but the point of this story is that you don't want him to come instead of not wanting all of your homophobic family members to
Maybe the
come.
title said something wrong.
Okay.
Maybe
We'll just keep this in mind. He said, I have no interest in having someone in my life that doesn't accept my brother being gay. We're going to come back to that if he's a bitch later. Anyway, that's his decision, not mine. So for now, he won't say anything. Until a few weeks ago when he said he wants to bring his boyfriend to my wedding. I was not expecting that to be honest. So he went. I was not expecting that to be honest. So he went from 0 to 100 pretty fast. If it was any other occasion, I would be supportive, obviously, but I don't think my wedding day is the day to do that. Imagine all the drama and gossip and bullshit that would happen. I don't want to get the attention away from my fiance. That's her day, and I don't want to have to worry about that on my wedding day. Have you not just asked him, are you guys going to be coming as boyfriend? Because I imagine there's millions of gay people who can be with their partner and not be physically romantic and hide it. I guess people might call him out if he's a guy and he brings a guy, but I'm sure if they're both in the closet, I'm sure that they can pretend to be friends for a day.
Nobody wants to go to a wedding single, so you know.
Yeah. I asked him why my wedding day, and he said it's because he wants to celebrate love with the two people he loves the most. Yeah, I think that's completely fine. I would fight my whole family for my brother and never speak to them again if I had to, but my wedding day is supposed to be a celebration, not a family fight, and I can't do this to my wife. That might ruin our future. What?
Well, if that may ruin it, that you got bigger issues with
Yeah,
that.
I have no interest having someone in my life that doesn't love my gay brother, but it might ruin your future. This gentleman. I didn't even tell her. She is already stressed out. I don't want to make it even worse. With a heavy heart, I asked him to please come alone to the wedding, and then I hope he understands me. He started crying and left my house without saying anything. Did you straight up just not ask him, well, are you guys going to be macking it or not? That's a very important question. Next day, I got a text and said, don't worry, going alone. I tried calling him, but he didn't answer me, and my parents don't seem to know what's happening because they didn't say anything. He eventually called me back a few days later. We spoke. He said he understands. He said he understands my side, but things are still weird between us. This is the worst situation of my life. Am I an asshole for handling it the way I did?
For handling it the way he did, yes. 100%.
I don't think his concerns are unfounded, but he did not handle that properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think based on the way he talks and how stressed he is, he clearly cares about every member of his family a lot. But if one side is going to hate someone for just being who they are and one side's the victim of that, you need to adjust how much you care about each side.
Yeah.
And adjust whose feelings you're saving. He said, PS1. I want to thank the Redditor that sent me a private message and said they... I'm not reading that. Just when you read stories like this, a lot of people will message you and hate on you no matter what you did. And someone hoped a lot of people would get hurt at his wedding. PS2, thanks for the gold. You get gold awards when your post gets a lot of likes. So none of the PSs have to do with anything. Update. Spoke to fiance, couldn't keep this from her anymore. She agreed with me. I mean, it sounds like she's incredibly stressed out. And how did he bring this to her? Did he bring her fear-mongering it? Being like, this could happen, and this could happen, and this could happen. While she's already stressed out? Because then it's not really her opinion. She's just like, yeah, that sounds... Yeah.
You don't really want to add it onto the plate.
Clarification. I know it won't be my brother that would cause trouble. The trouble would start with remarks and looks from some aunts or uncles. Doesn't matter. We are spending a lot of money on this wedding, planning it for a long time. My fiance put her heart and soul into planning this wedding. What did you do, brother? I don't want to see my bride or mom crying.
Another mom's boy.
Well, explain that. What does that mean?
Mom hasn't been mentioned once.
Yeah, what is her opinion on this? Is she homophobic? Literally every other day of my life, I would support my brother's decisions to come out. But the point is not at the wedding. Also, my brother is not an asshole at all. So he's not coming here saying which one of us is correct. I like this gentleman, but rough. Top comment is not the asshole. And the first sentence is, I'm queer. So we're going to get some perspectives from people. Okay. I think are they going, I'm going to operate under the assumption that they are going to be romantic. Because also, yeah, you don't want to go to a wedding with your significant other and not kiss them or something. But we don't have that information, and that's a very important piece of information. Mm-hmm. I'm going to operate under the assumption that they wanted to be there as a couple and like announce it. Also, it wouldn't be your brother coming out at your wedding. It would be your brother attending the wedding with his boyfriend. Technically, he's coming out, but it's not like he's making an event of it. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stories about like proposals at weddings and stuff. Don't do that. What? Is one of your friends going to propose at our wedding?
No. I just continue.
Not the asshole. God, I'm queer, and I gotta say, a sibling's wedding would not be the place to trot out that bit of life. Is it trotting out, or is it just existing? How old are you, gay person? It's your wedding, it's your day, although I have to say, if your wife is level-headed, she wouldn't let a family fight ruin your relationship. Did you talk to her about this? Yeah, he said that this could ruin our future. What the hell does that mean? Don't use this as a medium to come out. Is that what coming out is? Just someone finding out you're gay? Isn't coming out like a thing? I guess I don't know, but...
Coming out is usually, as a queer person myself.
I was going to say, do you want to...
Well, it's... coming out is a little more than just, hey guys, I have a partner. Like, that's... Mm-hmm. That's just stating a fact of coming out. Coming out is more letting the people in your life know, hey...
I need to know the brother's view.
Yeah.
Is he aware that he could be in danger, it sounds like? Maybe not in danger, but I need to know the boyfriend's. Did I say brother or boyfriend's? I mean, I said I need to know the boyfriend's point of view. Yeah, does he have all this information? Because then the brother's an asshole for not telling him. But we don't know that at all.
Yeah. I would assume he would have been told, though, because he later stated that, or the brother stated that he would come to the wedding alone. So I'm assuming the brother told the boyfriend, hey. But he might have made the poster brother, he might have made him sound like the asshole, even though the gay brother said
yes
something.
Yeah.
I think
and then not the asshole was the top comment, and second comment was, in my opinion, this is a no one's an asshole situation. This is a real ass situation, not just someone's being an idiot. This is rough.
Yeah.
I still think one side's in the wrong, clearly, but
I think less asshole and more. I know the whole thing is, am I the asshole? But less asshole and more just kind of jerky moves. Like it's kind of.
yeah.
I don't. That one's hard to me. In the same way of like neither one's an asshole. I think.
And sorry, yes.
No, it's just that it's kind of no one's great, but
Yeah.
everybody's point is valid on
This
this
is a very
one.
human story.
Yeah, this one's everybody's
Another
point is
thing to
valid.
think about: each comment I read, are from 6 years ago when this was posted. So if you want to factor that in, that would have been 2020. So to clarify a few things, this is the OP
Oh,
original poster. The issue is not that he's been only dating 6 months. The issue is him coming out on my wedding day. And since there's no time to come out to the family before the wedding, it's happening next Saturday. What day was this?
next Saturday.
They're only meeting on that day.
I don't think at a wedding too. I don't think anybody has enough mind to focus on anything other than the day.
That's a good point.
Honestly.
Someone said, not the asshole, a wedding is not, coming from a gay person, a wedding is not the place to come out to your deeply homophobic family. I kind of do see that. Because, like, I guess I do kind of see the perspective now that, you know what? I'm just picturing, like, a ton of people yelling and taking attention away. But then those people suck. And according to you, you have no problem cutting them out of your life. So, and that's the thing, too. He said he's been telling his brother for years, come out, we'll support you. And then he says, well, can I bring a boyfriend to your wedding? And he goes, no. This is a very human and rough situation. I think this is rough. I don't think anyone's an asshole, but I don't think anyone's acting in great faith either. I assume last update we got was that he said he's coming alone. I assume that's what happened. But I hope all of those people are still happy 6 years later. This is something I do sometimes. I'm gonna go to the profile. This is the only post. This is the only post. He's never posted again. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's never posted again.
The consensus?
Voted not the asshole is what Reddit voted him. And I don't think he's an asshole. If no one's an asshole is an option, I would do that. Okay. Fourth story. I'm figuring it out. Am I the asshole refusing to tell my husband the gender of our baby after he skipped going to the doctor's appointment with me? Now we're gonna find out he was bleeding out. Or the phrasing says skipped. Okay. So that makes it sound like nothing important was happening.
Let's continue reading the rest of this.
Okay. My husband and I are expecting. This is our first baby and we're very excited. Thing is, he barely attends any doctor's appointments with me and his excuses aren't even valid. He's willing to miss a doctor appointment over soccer or drinks or a board game with his friends. Okay. His response is always, I'm not the one carrying the baby. Why do I have to go see the doctor with you? So she also has to drive herself there.
So I fear we know this consensus.
I don't think I need to read more. That is crazy, though, not telling him the gender at all. Well, no, he can find the information, though. He just has to go fucking to the doctor.
She might have won him ahead of time, though. That might have.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy. Last week was my final straw. He was supposed to come with me for the baby's gender reveal appointment, but he chose to not come last minute because his friends invited him to fish and chips. So they're British. But he said soccer earlier, so is this motherfucker in America getting fish and chips? He sucks. I know, that's what I'm... I was pretty livid, but didn't make a fuss about it. Mom went with me instead. He texted me asking to tell him the results, but I refused to. He kept spam calling me, but I hung up each time. He came home fuming, demanding I'll tell him the results, but I refused and bluntly told him since he refused to attend the baby's appointment, he gets no results till after the baby's born, and said I was willing to die on this hill. I'm fine with it. He went off calling me spiteful and immature. If you got an immature girl pregnant, that's not a flex, my boy. um, for doing this and punishing him. He said he's the father and has the right to know. He then called me dramatic, said I wasn't alone and mom was with me. I said he gets no results, period. But you could have just did exactly. She didn't magically know. She went and found out. You could have also gone and found out. Edit slash update. Hi. So first of all, wow, I did not expect this to blow up. Sorry, I can't answer any comments because I'm feeling overwhelmed. I just wanted to mention that my husband just attempted to contact my doctor to get the results. It didn't go well, and we had another argument over it. He couldn't get it since his mom was the one who made the call.
Okay.
Kill all boy moms. Not the asshole already a deadbeat dead before the baby is even born. Is the top comment.
Sounds about right.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's not like she got a text or something. She went and found out. You could have also gone and found out.
She said it was the gender reveal appointment too, so that stands to reason that literally on the receipt, like when they send it to you, or like the appointment confirmation, it is in fact the gender reveal
Oh my god.
appointment. So I think he
I would drop a friend if I found out they prioritized fish and chips over their wife and baby's doctor appointment. That's a good point. Sometimes you read a story and it's like, is my partner bad for doing this evil thing? And I'm like, I'd stop being friends with someone for doing that. So if they were your partner, I can't believe that. I can't believe that. That's the craziest thing we've read so far. If he's telling you I'm not carrying the baby, why do I have to go to the doctor? That's going to turn into I didn't push out the baby. Why should I look after it real quick?
Oh yeah, that's true.
People are so insightful on Reddit.com.
Reddit.com.
This is going to be the dad that complains he has to babysit while his wife goes to the store to buy him food. He's not a dad. He's a sperm donor. I mean, yeah, he's not. He's not inhabiting the role of father here at all. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Lord, that it floored me. Okay, am I the asshole for saying I'll be driving myself and paying for my own room on the upcoming family vacation so I won't have to be a babysitter? Okay. So you'll have more insight into this than me. You have quite a lot of siblings, and so I have one, and I was the younger one, and I assume that's what it is that they have to take care of the younger siblings every time they go around. But I have younger kids in my life, and I do slightly get annoyed when I have to. It means oh he's here, so we don't have to look at our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How's this family though?
We will find out.
Like, is it cousins?
I, 23 male, was repeatedly stuck playing the part of helper and babysitter on family outings. I had to move out of my parents' house because I kept being forced to help watch my 3 nephews.
Not even.
So Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Last year, we took a family vacation in summer to the coast. I rode along with my parents, and they paid for my hotel room. Only I had to share that room with 3 rowdy boys because my sister and her husband wanted a room to themselves. So nephews, so this is his sister's kids. And his sister and her husband have a room. He has a room with the 3 kids.
That don't belong to him in any capacity.
That's insane. I need to know how old these kids are. If it's like 3 under 10, that's hell. Well, they need to be babysit. If like the oldest was 15 and like 13 and 14 or something, they can probably sit on their own. So it has to be prepubescent, I would assume. Lord. I was promised time to do my own things on the vacation, even if I helped care for them. But instead, I ended up having to help with these kids. I complained to everyone about it and was reminded I was there for free. Yeah, but if you didn't know beforehand, you were still manipulated or whatever. And then we pretty much just did only one thing I wanted to do, which was tour an art gallery. I like doing this whenever I'm at the coast, but the kids, found it boring. This year, my parents have a beach trip planned for June, and they assumed I'd be riding along the same way as last year, but I refused. I said, apology. I said I'd be having my own room. My parents were shocked and tried to remind me of the cost. I said it was no worry. I've got a good job and a decent running car. I can more than afford it. That's when the buts started. I stated the previously listed things as why I'll be driving myself and paying for myself. I want to be able to enjoy this vacation as an adult and not be treated like a child like last year. That is a good point. He is 23.
Mm-hmm. Well, 24 at this point, right?
Yeah.
Because this is next year.
Yeah. So he's that old and being treated like he's a 17-year-old caring for his little brother or something. That's a grown ass man. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't choose to have any kids. And that could give an idea to how old they are. If he's 23, 24, and his sister's older, they've got to be at least, I guess we have no idea. But that sounds like hell. My sister is not speaking to me because you didn't want to look after her kids. And my parents are still trying to convince me to just ride with them to keep the peace. I'm still refusing, but the pressure is getting to me. Am I the asshole for not giving in? I know they'll have a pretty hard time when they won't have another person there to help. If don't have 3 kids if you can't watch them.
I agree.
Simple
I agree.
as.
So not the asshole at all,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I would think not.
And
He's paying for himself too.
yeah. Well, and even though he knew he'd have to babysit the first time too, he still went anyway and hoped
Yeah.
they could let him do some things.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's also saying he can't do anything he wants. So it's not like he has to babysit them in the room. He's constantly babysitting them. No, I don't even get how you could be upset. You have no leverage for paying, or he's paying for himself, so there's no reason he should have to care for any kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Edit.
Uh-oh.
It's already been an hour since I posted, but my sister is apparently a Reddit lurker, and she saw my post. Not only is she furious with me, but she's also upset no one in the comments is siding with her. To make it short, she went on a big rant about how it's so hard to be parents to triplets.
That's even worse. It is.
So
that is hard.
it wasn't their fault, or
They
when you
banged, it was
when
their
you
fault.
bang, yeah, you have to be prepared for that. But they didn't want 3 kids, maybe, and also it is Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Just something to think about. Triplets, okay, that does change things. That changes things a lot because like the kids are all the same age, so it changes things. Like, well, it's not really her fault, but it also changes things. There's no older kid to help him raise the kids or whatever, or care for them.
So mom and dad can have one kid.
Yeah.
Grandpa can have
What
another.
the fuck?
And then the brother can have one. It'll be fine.
Yeah, literally. That's crazy.
Problem solved.
You're so smart. I'm like, okay, so triplets. She said the least I could do is help because I'm young and single and she needs a break.
Well, you could ask and not
Yeah.
tell. Too.
I stood my ground, and now she's calling our parents to get them involved. I'm expecting a call any minute. Oh, Lord. Update.
Uh-oh.
I'm off work now, so I can tell more of what went down. I guess you could say it's over. My sister got our parents involved, and they looked at my post and were absolutely horrified by the continuous influx of commenters. Yes, they're very angry with me that I posted here, but I told them that you're also 24. I told them that if they just listened to me to begin with, I'd have never needed to. I'm sick of the whole keep the peace mentality that sacrifices me to placate my sister. They in turn went off on my sister, and to make a long story short, the whole vacation has been canceled. The hotel wasn't booked yet anyway, but my parents are arguing with my sister, and my sister is blaming me, and my nephews are crying because they aren't going to the beach. My sister called me at lunch and basically implied I have no life, which is why I have time to help. I recorded that and told our parents, and that's currently what they're fighting about.
Huh.
So this sister is one of the most entitled people I've ever read. No, triplets is tough. I don't think
You shouldn't expect so.
people
yes.
might want twins. I don't think anyone's ever wanted triplets in their life.
You still
So that is still sorry.
You still should not expect everyone to have to handle your children for you.
Definitely.
Because yeah, that's too many. I mean, not too many, but like
That's too many.
That's a lot. That's a lot, and you didn't specifically ask for triplets. That's fair.
Mhm.
But you still shouldn't expect the people around you to be like, "Oh, poor baby," and take care of your kids. Take care of your kids for you, not
yeah.
help you. Just take care of them.
That is the craziest part to me. He goes on this trip. Yeah, because if he's going on this trip and he doesn't get to do anything he wants, he's not going on a trip. He is literally babysitting. He's not using the phrase. He is babysitting.
Yeah.
No, I think we all know someone like that where like something a little rough happened, so they just let their whole life go and they blame everybody else and think people are supposed to help them.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's common in parents of multiple kids. And they didn't want. They got triplets. That is very rough. But you see it all the time in people that have like 8 kids. And it's like, well,
You got them now.
you got them. That didn't come out of nowhere. There was no unscheduled stork deliveries.
You can't unsubscribe.
Small update. I wasn't going to update again, but here's a little more. Parents said they won't ever push babysitting of my nephews on me again and have agreed that what happened last year was unfair. Right now, they're very angry with my sister for telling me I should help her because she thinks I have no life. My sister's playing the victim, and my brother in law is basically saying nope to the whole mess and spending most of his time at work. Thank you to everyone who has commented. You made my day.
Good. So, brother-in-law, maybe a little bit the asshole.
Yeah,
Even though that's not even
pull
part
in
of
there,
it.
dog.
Even though that's not even part of it, brother-in-law's a bit of an asshole. But overall, not the asshole.
Yeah, that's very rough.
Yeah.
Someone commented, not the asshole. And at this point, I would personally be saying, okay, you guys have collectively made it very clear I'm not wanted as adult company, but only as free childcare. I think we should all be better taking a I think we would all be better taking a break from that dynamic in the interest of preserving family feeling, and so I would not come on this year's vacation at all. Yeah. I He doesn't make any mention of like it always being this way. So I do think the mom is just very tired from three kids coming out of nowhere. Because he didn't say like, oh, when I always had to help her when we were teenagers or something, you know. So it does seem like she just really needs the help. But it doesn't matter if it comes out of nowhere. You've been doing it your whole life. Don't be entitled.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't matter if you need the
Yeah,
help or not. Ask for it. Don't
ask for it. Yeah,
expect it to happen.
parents love their grandkids usually. So give one to them. Be like, please, brother, can you take care of one, and we'll take care of one of our kids. That was a great idea.
Yeah, very
What
smart.
what are you going to do if we have triplets?
Well, I go on Reddit.com.
Go on Reddit.com. Okay. Am I the asshole for walking out of the airport? Oh, one moment, please. That was the mother luggage story. What the hell happened?
Mother luggage.
Mother luggage. You mother luggage. Mother luggage, son of a bitch. Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my sister's husband's surgery with my inheritance?
No, already.
This is too rich for my blood. um, did we pick on the last one? Sister is being an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah. Even if she's overwhelmed, she's being an asshole by being entitled to other people's time.
Yeah.
Okay. Context. My sister, female 27, and I, 18 female. Who load? That's 9 years.
Sibling, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Lost our... Oh, yeah. Sometimes you'll be reading them. Like, sorry, I forgot to put our ages. I'm 50 male and my girlfriend's 18 female. And you're like, police! My sister, 27, and I, 18, both females, lost our dad a year ago. He was my only parent. Mom was never in mine or my sister's life. Dad left money inheritance for me and sister, and she used her inheritance to get new cars with an S and renovate her house. I live with my aunt right now because my brother-in-law didn't let me stay with my sister. Let you stay? Your sister has an inheritance and her husband's making the decision. I'm planning on using my inheritance money to pay for college tuition. I've always wanted to be a doctor, but haven't decided which branch yet. My sister and I haven't been close, and it started after she got married to her chronically ill husband, who was allowed to make backhanded comments about dad and mock his illness and make a scene at his funeral.
Okay. So before we say anything, let's continue.
Okay. Only because he's ill and shouldn't be held accountable for his behavior, I guess. I've distanced myself, but my sister kept visiting a lot lately, venting about my brother-in-law's condition. He's been in and out the hospital for heart problems and in need for a surgery. She brought up my inheritance money several times. So she bought all that and did all that knowing her husband has chronic illness. She brought up my inheritance several times, and I ended up cutting the conversation short. She then straight up asked if I could help pay for her husband's surgery, and she'd pay me back in less than a year. That's unlikely, I will say. I felt uneasy because if I give her money from my inheritance, which is a large amount, then there's no guarantee she'll pay me back before it's time to apply for college. I'm taking a year gap, but I know my sister can't pay that back. I can't pay back that much, and I thought I was risking my future. I refused to help, and she had a meltdown at my aunt's house and called me heartless, cruel, and said I had no empathy. She said that her husband's health should be a priority
For the
for her
sister?
sister, and I needed to help because education is nothing compared to someone's health. And asked if I'd be happy to see her as a widow and my nephew with no father.
That's crazy.
Something that I need to know is, are these surgeries just extending his life? Does he have to get like 12 a year to live? Or are these helping? Are these going to be permanent?
Or is it just that this might help?
Yeah. My aunt suggested others pay, but most of them cut my sister and her husband off. Well, would you look at that? I argued that her husband's poor health is not my fault, and she kept blaming and guilt tripping me. She kept crying, and although my aunt decided to stay out of it, she said that I should be prepared for permanent damage in my relationship with my sister if I don't help her now. Yeah, but if you do,
I was
some
like,
other permanent damage is going to be possible
mm-hmm.
if you don't do something else.
That wasn't really the aunt supporting that. That was just
Yeah.
being like, just so you
Just so
know,
you
if
know,
you
if you
don't.
want, so you probably want that to happen, so don't do it. She's been sending texts and pictures of her family telling me this is what I was saying no to. A happy, healthy family with a healthy husband. That's incorrect. And healthy father. I cried and felt like I was being selfish, not a good aunt or sister. I asked my friends, and he said, let them sell the cars and the luxurious stuff they bought to afford the surgery, and warned me if I give them money, I'll never get it back. They don't need cars. If he has a chronic illness
I was
that's
gonna
his
say,
heart, presumably he either works from home or does not work at all. You do not need cars. I can't believe that. And expensive cars are expensive.
are they?
Yeah.
Expensive cars are
Like if you think of an expensive
dangerous.
car, even like a really nice SUV that's low is still like $80,000.
Mm-hmm.
Compare that to a nice car, that has to be upwards of, at least six figures. I can't pick a number, but that's not nothing that's sitting in her driveway that she couldn't sell. Okay. Do you have any thoughts?
No, is that all?
That is the story. Yes, I have a couple comments here.
I think you should read some of the comments.
Okay. Your friend is correct. You'll never get the money back because sis isn't willing to give up her luxurious lifestyle. She chose, there's no update, but if I was writing a story, her husband wouldn't be ill. She'd be using the money to buy things because she has a spending addiction. Bro. Okay. She chose how to spend her inheritance. Didn't save for a ready day and isn't entitled to yours because of her poor financial planning. Um, okay. I'm not sure whether they still have anything of value because I remember my aunt talking about my sister selling her car in May, is what someone said. But you know what, that money would have been better? Instead of buying it and then selling it for less money than you bought it for, probably going into savings and getting interest immediately. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Not the asshole. Your sister chose to spend money she got less than a year ago on expensive things instead of planning for the future like you did. Easy come, easy go, as they say. Her husband? Do not give them a penny of your money. They have options they don't want to take, and that's not on you. That's a good way to put it. They have options they don't want to take.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting that money back if you lend it. You'll become a fine doctor someday. I'm rooting for you. That's nice. Not the asshole in any capacity, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and two, like sister wise, there are payment plans too, like
Yeah.
many payment
There's
plans for
definitely a
expensive
lot more
surgeries.
options before
Well, even back when, how long ago was this?
4 years ago. Not old.
I was gonna say even a couple years ago, there's still payment
Can you give
options
me
for
the Safari
things.
or Google so I can type in the ones that are not linked? Yeah. Sister acting like this is the only option. No, there are so many steps before. Hey, you're gonna get my husband killed. You're gonna make my nephew not have a father. There are so many options before that. Okay. I'm searching up this one, so I will need a moment. God, can you type it in? I'm so sorry. I can't even get to it.
I was gonna flirt with the camera.
Well, unfortunately, it would be that bottom one. I'll read it now so you can react to it in time. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she rejected my proposal twice? So, this is a fun little insight because I proposed to you, what, less than a month ago? And I don't have my ring on. And I said I was going to get it, and I don't.
I have mine on.
Yeah, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
What?
I'm kidding.
No, but yeah, we became fiancés less than a month ago. And you said something extremely kind to me, said, no matter what, I won't say no. So this person said no twice. I assume this is going to be the case of like old fashioned proposals where the girlfriend isn't supposed to know any details and awful, stupid stuff like that. You know?
I knew all the details.
Yeah, yeah. And what if I did it in public or something? Yeah, and you told me a ton
I
of
could have gotten a free dessert.
you told me a ton of stuff that you knew you didn't want. You didn't want it too close to a holiday, so it was its own thing. You picked
And
out your
a
whole.
week away from my birthday. It's not bad. I told him I don't want things within a week of birthdays or holidays, so he went exactly a week
But
from my birthday.
half of the year is rough for us
Oh Lord.
because it's Halloween, Thanksgiving,
Christmas.
sorry, Halloween, a ton of my family's birthdays because we're the spawn of Satan and we're all born in October. Not me. My dad was born in October, Friday the 13th, and he's a redhead. So
But we like him though.
we like him. um, October is Halloween, a ton of my family's birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, my birthday, and then do you care when I say your birthday is? No, okay. Valentine's Day and then her birthday. So it was either before all that or you have to wait so long.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had your birthday as a fiance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm at the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she rejected my proposal twice. Which is just crazy.
Well, so I'll start out with
I guess
let's not
we
judge.
don't know. Yeah, what
I
if he
was gonna
proposed
say.
in the mud?
Well,
She tripped and he was like, "You're on your knees already." That's
wait.
not how it works.
Well, my mother said no 3 times to my father.
I did not know that.
Well, because they love each other very much. My parents are still married.
One of the most beautiful marriages I've ever seen.
They just
18 happy, healthy children. Happy, healthy. What finish your story, please?
My mother just wasn't where she wanted to be with school.
Yeah.
My father didn't care too much either way because he loved my mother, which he still does. But my mother just wasn't where she wanted to be. She told him she'd say yes, just not right then. And then he tried again a couple months later. She's like, not right now. And then I guess the last one.
But it also seems very casual, right? Just like, how about now?
Well, I assume the first one was bigger, and she's like, ooh.
That's rough.
But
also, didn't they get married? Were they not high school sweethearts?
They were. I mean,
yeah.
It was
so that's
17 and 18.
That's very easy for one person to think, okay, let's get married now, especially back then, versus one person being like, I am not ready to be a wife yet. That's very easy for that mistake to happen. That could have ended their relationship.
Well, she was fine with being a wife. It's just she was not where she wanted to be in school.
Yeah, being a wife before that.
Yeah.
And especially back then, it makes a lot of sense wanting to build your own career before being a wife. Because the divorce rate did not skyrocket because marriages got less unhealthy. It's because women were allowed to work and therefore sustain themselves and not die if they did not have a husband or divorced him. Mm-hmm. So very smart of your mother. She's a very smart woman.
Yes. And she's doing a lot of
not that your father would do any of those things, but also it's very easy for you to not actually know your partner and they can hide themselves and be evil.
My parents aren't.
Not your parents, though. Your parents are incredible and I love them. Okay. Sierra and I have been dating for 4 years.
Name dropping is crazy.
I assume it's not a real name. I assume it's not. I absolutely love her and felt she was my soulmate. I knew I wanted to propose 2 years into dating, but I decided to wait 1 more year so that I could be in a better situation financially. Last year I proposed. It was a private proposal on the beach. So my first thought was, what if he proposed in front of everybody and she hated that? That wasn't the case, apparently. It was a private proposal on the beach where we went for our first date. She looked at me and said, I want to marry you, but not right now. She said she wasn't in the right place personally to get engaged and to give her some time. That stung, but I was okay with it. After all, I put off proposing so I can be in a good position. It's only fair I give her the chance. If you're dating someone for 3 years, though, you should probably know that's coming up. Probably. It's been a year since then, and I decided to propose again. I would have asked her, though, brother. I would have straight up asked her. Only a year, though. I mean, not only, I mean a year, though. Like you said, your dad waited a couple months. That's what I would figure.
Yeah. Well, it's still like, I think before any solid decisions get made, we should read
Do you
some
want me to
more.
start finishing the stories before we talk about it?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. It's been a year since then, and I decided to propose again. This time I asked our friends to help me set it up.
Well, if
Okay.
she knew it might have been coming again anyway,
Okay.
then I would be like, okay.
Because I want to do something nicer. We orchestrated a nice dinner and a proposal in front of the nice fountain in the city's botanical garden.
Hmm.
Beautiful. Everything was ready. Dinner went great, and we went to the fountain. So she should definitely know what's coming. She saw the roses and everything, and then I got down on one knee and asked her to marry me. She teared up and told me not just yet. This stung really bad. I knew I wanted her in my life forever, but this is the second time she turned me down. I asked her why, and she told me the same thing last year. I asked her if someone was holding her back, maybe family or friend, and she said, I just want to make sure that this will work.
You should know by
She got
then.
somebody else? This hurt me more than the two rejections. I told her if after 4 years she wasn't sure, then what the hell will make her sure? She asked me to give her time, and I told her no. I told her that I'm not going to keep wasting my time in love. That's true, man. If she's going to keep saying no, I told her I can't do this anymore. She began begging me not to leave and said, fine, I'll marry you. Just please don't
Oh.
go. This made me mad, but I didn't say anything. I left. My phone has been blowing up with some of her friends, her parents, and her telling me that I'm an asshole for throwing away a 4 year relationship because I said no and I was being a big baby. I just need some time. Is she? The other half of our friends aren't on my side, but they're not on hers either. I don't think I'm an asshole for this. Did I overreact? Am I an asshole? If so, how much time am I supposed to give her? Edit, we're both 29.
Oh.
So when I first read this, I kind of figured they might be young.
18, 19, 19, 20.
Huh?
Age.
We're both 29.
I know, but you said
Oh,
you thought
yeah.
they might be younger.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my brain scrambled. I figured they might be young because I feel like it's a common mindset. Well, what if I meet someone else? You're getting up there, buddy. If you want kids, you got like 6 years left. You better. 29 is pretty late to not. Is she waiting for someone else to come along that she likes better? Thank you for saying yes to me. Okay. Um, Edit, we're both 29. Edit 2, the second proposal wasn't done in front of my friends. That's what I was thinking, and I was afraid not. They just helped me plan it and stuff, and it was just her and I. Edit 3, we had discussed marriage shortly before I proposed the first time. She said she was into it and even told me she couldn't see herself with anyone else. She seemed eager about the idea of marriage, which is why I was shocked the first time and then angry the second time. What is she waiting for?
I want her. I
Yeah.
want her side of this.
I guess some people, I don't think she's necessarily waiting for a person to come along that she like loves a lot more than her husband or fiance or ex-boyfriend. um, I think some people are just really afraid of advancing to the next steps of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the asshole. If after 4 years she's not ready to marry you, then I doubt she wants to. When she asked for time after the first proposal, she should have explained everything and said why she needed time in depth. You were clearly ready for marriage and wanted to take that step. After 4 years, that's very reasonable. Move on and find someone more compatible with you. That sucks though. You started dating her when you were 25, and now you're about to be 30, and you have to start over with someone else. That's very rough. But also, how can you date someone for that long and not know?
Women.
No. The fact she changed her mind about it and after you left had friends and family messaging you and insulting you, but just means you dodged a massive burden by not actually marrying her. That's a good point. I assume he didn't tell her family and her friends. What the hell? Not the asshole. One no is recoverable. Two no's and a fine I'll do it under duress is not. You were right to leave. Yeah, fine I'll do it, just don't leave me. That's what made me think she was waiting for someone else because she doesn't want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sketchy. Not the asshole. Pretty cut and dry. I've always said if the answer isn't hell yes, it's no. That's a good point. If it's a yeah, if it's a fine, I'll do it. That's so rough. Okay, do you want to do one more?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to read through the typed out ones I have in that text and pick which one looks favorite to you. So you can see just how much issue I'm having getting back to the texts. So, for context on us, we've been dating very soon, almost 2 years. So if you, we met at a hardware store. Pretty cool. And we love each other very much.
We do love each other very much.
Okay.
Tell them about how they were trying to separate us.
That's not inaccurate. The owners of our hardware store, even before we were, well, that's not a true statement. We need to do one just telling about.
We should.
Um, I can't speak for her. I was immediately attracted to her. So it's not like I wasn't interested in her. But when we were just talking as friends, the very crabby old owners, both the first set of owners and the crabby old set of second owners, four grown people, were very aggressively trying to. And yeah, what was the text you got? If you don't, I suggest you get away from him if you want to keep your job. When I talked to her for 5 minutes,
She called me in that section of the store.
she'd call you
She did call me.
like over the intercom or on a
Oh,
phone.
just on the phone. So when we were in the back, in the clothing section.
And she called your phone.
Yeah, because she could see you on the camera with me, even though we
And yeah,
were just talking.
I was flirting, but I was also talking.
You were flirting.
Well, it worked, didn't it? But it's not like we were macking it. We were talking, which yeah, used to be working all the time if you're at work. But another thing to say is there was definitely other employees at this place that were being unprofessional, tenfold more than us. So that's another reason why it was so ridiculous. No, we can do another hour, a separate hour, talking just about that place. Okay. The one beautiful Leah has selected is entitled, Am I the asshole for telling my mom she can't share a room or a bed with her boyfriend in my home?
I was gonna say, don't forget that part.
Yeah. When I, 27 female, was in college, I met my boyfriend and we moved in together, sharing a place with some friends after dating for a year. I was 19 when we met and 20 when we moved in together. We decided from that point onwards to make turns spending Christmas with our families. But the first year we were supposed to see mine, my mom made it clear my boyfriend could not stay and we weren't sharing a room or a bed in her house. 19 and 20. My dad argued in favor of letting it happen since I was an adult and living with him already. They're already living together, but my mom said no. She hated that I wouldn't stay at their house then and instead booked an Airbnb. She said I should respect the rules of her house, and I told her I was, yeah. But I didn't want to tell my boyfriend to be alone on the holidays, and especially when his family have welcomed us together happily. That is a weird thing unks do, where they think sleeping together in the same bed is like a surefire way to make people have sex or something.
Yeah.
A lot of older family members.
We sleep together all the time.
Okay, so, but no, I can't speak for everybody, but you'll sleep in a bed months before you sleep together. Sleeping in a bed is an amazing thing. Sleeping on each other, it feels amazing. It's great for your self. That's like, one of the best things for your mental health is sleeping in the same bed as somebody.
It's like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
But it moves when you want it to, so you don't have to move it yourself. Weighted blankets are heavy.
Yeah. No, it's a very weird thing. Like you hear stories about this all the time. My mother's mother, when my father, they couldn't sleep together in the same bed. He slept on the ground for like months. And when they started dating, they were both in their mid-20s. So this wasn't, she was making my 26-year-old father, I think, sleep on the ground. A grown-ass man. Old as hell.
A tall man with back issues, too.
Yeah, he big as hell. My dad like 6'1", 6'2". Okay. Apologies for interrupting the story. I'll learn. After that, I made it clear there would be no coming to visit if I couldn't sleep with my boyfriend. My mom said it wasn't like we were married, so she had every right to that rule.
Sorry.
2 years ago, my dad died. And for 11 months, my mom had been in a relationship with her boyfriend. So this was father of her children, and she got with someone else after a year.
Interesting.
I can imagine that. They don't live together exactly, but according to my brother, he was there most nights while he was there. My mom and brother aren't really talking right now. My brother could hear mom and her boyfriend in bed, and he hated it, so he moved out. He's 22. So she's banging someone aggressively. a year after.
Not even their father.
My mom was furious and demanded to know why he was leaving out of nowhere, and she freaked out when my brother told him she was tired of hearing him. It started mom off on him not being happy for her that he found someone after dad died. So that is something parents will do. I either read it or experience it, where you can be 22, 3, 4, 5, 20, you can be 30, and they'll still treat you with those teenager rules of you can't sleep in the bed. But they don't apply anything to themselves ever because you're always their kid in your mind.
Our
Okay.
families were very different in that way.
Yeah, your family is incredible, and I love them very much. That is all I will say. Next, my mom seems to be missing my brother being around, and she told me she misses having her kids around her, so she wanted to visit for a week or two. She wanted to bring her boyfriend along, and I told her she can't share a room or a bed with him in my home. I told her I do not want to hear that. She got mad at me and said she's a grown woman and should be allowed her freedom. And her daughter was 19 when she said she couldn't do that. I told her, and this is the same husband. Her current husband is the same boyfriend from all the way back then. She said she got mad. She said she's a grown woman and should be allowed her freedom. I told her she was all right denying it to me, and I wasn't even planning to have sex in her house. But it sounded like she doesn't care if we hear or not, and I'm not dealing with it. I also told her I was not going to reward her with sharing. I I also told her I wasn't going to reward her with sharing with her boyfriend when she has been so strict with me about it. My mom accused me of acting like a petty child. Am I the asshole? You could be being a petty child and you're still putting rules in your house that she has to follow, which is what her logic was.
News reporter.
I mean, you could be an asshole about it, but that's not even the
In this
that's not even the question.
in this situation, how it was told, not the asshole,
Yeah,
but handling it less petty.
maybe, but
I would do that too, though.
if your mom did all that shit and she said, "Hey, it's my house, so you don't get to have any consent about anything," which is a very common thing, she has no capacity where she can then be entitled to your house. And keep in mind, this isn't the holidays or something. She just randomly said, "I want to stay with you because I miss you," but then I don't respect your decisions.
Yep.
I don't know, man. You can tell when your kid and their spouse is a good person. So if you're not letting them like play house together in your house, what are you doing? You know, like my father. He's been that same type of introverted and kind ass guy his entire life. So can you make picture he's dating your daughter? Make that man sleep on the ground.
Could not.
Now we don't know if this family is nice, if this person telling the story and her husband, but they're now married and they were dating when they were 19 and 20, and this was her little brother is now 22, and they were dating when they were 19 and 20, so they've been together years. So it seems like they're a nice couple. Your house, your rules. If she doesn't like it, she can rent an Airbnb. That's the thing too. It is about control because she said you can't sleep together in my house, and then she said fine, we'll get an Airbnb, and then her mom got mad at her for it. So it's kind of gross in that way. If she's assuming they're having sex, and then she gets mad that she can't stop them from doing it in her house because they got an Airbnb, that's a little weird. um, I don't know if this story is true, but I do know my parents. They 100% did this to me when I was in my early 20s. My girlfriend and I had been dating since we were 16. Yet they baked the idea, they balked at the idea of her spending the night with me in their early 20s. Our date nights often consisted of her and I going out somewhere, then going to my parents' house. I lived in there my sophomore year of college, fucking in my room, and then she'd go home. Okay, you could have. So they were correct. Um, but somehow the literal actual sleeping together was too much. That is a thing too. Like, if you want to say, "Hey, I do not want you having sex in my house," you can talk to your 19-year-old or 20-year-old child like that. But she's saying no sleep in a bed together. Yeah. Edit. This is that comment, not the original poster. Edit. Forgot to mention, but somehow it was okay that my 50-plus-year-old, 5 times divorced aunt could do this with her boyfriend because something more mature. To their credit, at least they stayed consistent with that part. After I got divorced in my 30s, they let my girlfriend sleep with me at their house. No, there's just this weird way that they treat people where you're 20 and you have your own car, you're trying to buy a house, you have a job, you have a partner, you can't do half this stuff. You're 30 and all that, everything is the exact same. Okay. Like, yeah, you get more mature, but also a great way to foster maturity is treating people like adults.
Yeah.
And if they have a kid by accident, which I assume is the reason you don't want your young person to have sex, your kid to have sex, because they might have a kid. What, they're gonna definitely have gotten pregnant the one time they stayed at your house? Or do you think they're having sex continuously?
Well,
Like,
time is all it takes.
we couldn't bang at Granny's house. No, no kid. No kid.
Granny specifically is crazy.
Granny. None of our grandparents go by Granny. I just want to say. Not the asshole, what goes around comes around. Um, yeah. Not the asshole. It's not like they were married, so you have every right to make that rule. Um, your mom has her boyfriend over nearly every night and is apparently quite loud and can be heard clearly. Why would she miss having her kids around? Sounds to me like she wants free holiday accommodation for two. Accommodation. Last one. Not the asshole. It would be marked as petty, but I think this is honestly what most children need to do. Most parents don't see their children as what they are, growing people, until they're married and have a house and kids and shit. Reaffirming this boundary that she set either leads to conversation as to why she did it or why she thinks she's above her own morals.
See, that's what I said. Not an asshole, but a little petty.
Yeah. But that is true where they'll yeah. A lot of times those piece of shit narcissistic parents that you read about, they don't help if you're having trouble finding a place to stay. They don't help with car payments. They don't help with food. They don't help with any education or finding a job, which I guess no parent has to do that. But then you do not get to turn around and try to be buddy buddy when they're 30 and they have that all figured out by themselves with no help from you. You do not get to do that. And fuck it, if you are a parent, you should help with all those things. I'm going back on what I said. Your actions are the reason this grown human being is living. If they're having difficulty living,
that's on you.
Yeah. Now, if they're a demonic person, don't gotta do it. Obviously, if they don't listen to your advice, don't gotta do it. But there's so many stories that you can read of. Are you laughing because the microphone looks like it's a penis?
No, I'm laughing because you keep lifting it up to your face.
If there's so many stories about nice people, like you read online narcissistic parents, or you're just talking to your friends, nice people and their parents are super controlling, or like super strict, or super not letting them be their own person. And it's like, were you hoping you had a kid that acted out so you could do all that? That's a more complicated conversation. A lot of people are not the assholes. Just some people could have acted better.
Yeah.
But hindsight's 2020, and what are most of us, if not assholes, that could have acted better, or not the asshole, but could have acted better? Thank you. I thought about it really hard. No, what was your favorite story today?
Probably that last one.
That last one was interesting. I liked it. It felt very real.
Mm-hmm.
The gay brother one is rough. That was sad.
Yeah.
That felt like a very real issue, and I hope that was 6 years ago. I hope that couple's happy, and I hope that boyfriend and his brother got married. And then he said, "You can't bring your wife to my wedding."
That's a level of petty.
No, that would have been petty. That would have been petty.
I could get behind that though.
Why?
Well, like
you cannot come out as straight as at my wedding.
Well, I'll tell you can't come to my wedding, and then be like, actually, then they can come. But
yeah.
You gotta tease them about it. You can't just like let that go forever.
Yeah. No, be kinder to people.
Yeah.
Be kinder to people. Understand where they're coming from, and also know that life is hard for most people. And like that gay brother story, everyone's just trying to do the right thing most of the time. And most of the time, they're not trying to do it for themselves. They're trying to do it for other people.
Well, and sometimes the right thing isn't the right thing for somebody else, or they don't know that what they're trying to do, even if it's the right thing in their mind, is literally the worst possible decision you could ever make. Going back to the parent situation, if you're raised a certain way, like you can't react a certain way either.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had a normal family.
Well, I don't say you had a normal family. You have a very unique family, but you have a very healthy and happy family.
Pretty unique.
You don't think your family's unique? Not in a mean way. Just both of your parents have unique jobs.
He bullies me. And my family.
Both your parents have unique jobs. You have quite a large family. You have a non-traditional upbringing. All that combined. Unique. And it's way better to be unique than boring.
Well, see, I thought my upbringing was fairly traditional, and then
Mm-hmm.
from his aspect of things, it's freaking wild crazy. So it
Yeah.
depends on
Mm-hmm.
kind
And
of
that's
who
why
you
I
are.
think Am I the Asshole is so cool. There's even other Am I the Asshole subreddits for different ethnicities or cultures. There's
Mm.
Black Am I the Asshole, which is, from what I've seen, it's usually because
I don't know if we can do that one.
that, from what I've seen, I know Black culture is extremely family oriented, and that subreddit seems like it was just made so that stories where the families suck, people can be like, it's not that big a deal. That's what I've seen, but I don't know. I apologize if that was offensive. But that's why I think we could look at other cultures. That'd be very fun. But no, different cultures are family oriented or relationship oriented. And that's why I think Am I the Asshole is cool, is because everybody that's commenting has a unique perspective. Like, well, I don't think that sucked, but you shouldn't have done this specific thing, or you were correct the whole time. Yeah. And that's what we did. We thought something like we agreed on multiple. That's not bad. That's not an asshole, but that's kind of petty, and that may not be working towards a
Because
solution.
yeah, that's not helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Not the asshole, but not helpful for the situation.
Yeah. We'll make a list. We got asshole, not the asshole. Everyone sucks here. No one's the
Yeah,
asshole.
the
Not
whiteboard.
helpful.
We'll make a whole category. Not
Yes.
helpful,
And
helpful.
then someone in the story has to be shot with a gun, which we would use on that one with the mom in the luggage.
We're not gonna do that
Okay.
though, because we don't want to get banned.
I think I was. Okay, I thought you were gonna say because no one deserves to be. No, we don't want to get banned.
Well, yeah, no one.
They should be. Okay. Okay. Any last words of wisdom?
Don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole.
Don't be a dick.
But if you are an asshole, post it on Reddit
Yeah.
so we have things to react to. As someone proposes to you twice, say yes one of the times at least. Jesus Christ. If you're safe and you want to.
I was gonna say maybe not.
Yeah, that's our advice. If someone proposes, say yes. You don't have to know them. Or
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all for watching. Next episode, which should be recorded sometime next week, should be TTRPG horror stories with Ashton and I. We both of the group we have are the most experienced DMing and playing, so we should be able to offer some interesting insight. If this uploads today, Saturday, which it should, tomorrow 5:30 we are streaming our return to the Choral Council after a two-parter. And if you want to watch the two-parter one shot that we did, Demon by Ashton, part one was called Decay. Part two was called Growth. I played a little rat man named Roscoe. So watch that. But we should return to regularly scheduled programming tomorrow with our return to the Choral Council, and we will see multiple members participate in fighting pits. Thank you all so much for watching.